Hello and welcome back to Raise Gaming and more Monster Hunter Wilds. Today we're back to update our monster list then with a new update of Trailer 5. But not just that, there was also an apparent secretive panel held at New York's Comic Con where another monster was confirmed, as well as some silliness with another monster being made up, so that's fun. But today, as always, I'll cover the big new and small monsters from Trailer 5, cool details we know about them, and then remind you quickly of the rest of the list from before. We start then, as always, with the large monsters newly revealed in the new trailer, and that's three pretty big ones. All of them are new to the series, and all are really cool. They're going to be found in the new locale, revealed in that trailer, the Oilwell Basin. So the mysterious part of this region and its weather change is the tribe here, and how they're basically intentionally starting the fire spring. It seems like this tribe can change the weather manually, so maybe this locale's weather system will be a bit more unique. But for this new locale of Oilwell Basin, we have three new monsters, and we begin with the first monster revealed, the Rompopolo, which finally reveals the weapon and armor set shown in the hammer trailer. As you can see in its design, it's purple, it has this long beak, it has those deep red eyes. Now compared to the hammer set and that design, we see very similar stuff. There's the beak mask, the glowing red eyes, the purple coloring, the beak on the end of the weapon itself. And if you look at another Rompopolo weapon, the lance revealed in Trailer 5 is basically just this giant syringe and a huge beak shield. All of it fits very closely. I think it's very clearly that monster's set. So in this case, what about Rompopolo itself? Well, it's a new brute wyvern, and we have some information about it thanks to Monster Hunter's Twitter page. This is a new bulbous brute wyvern, found lurking in areas of deep oil silt within the Oilwell Basin. Watch your step when facing this monster, lest you fall foul of its ability to inject gas from the tip of its tail into the surrounding oil silt for explosive results. So you've got this big brute that has these unique organs running from its head down the back to the tail. Seemingly it's filling those with the oil of the terrain. Then it creates this bluish mist, this gas, that with the tail, it can even stab into the ground and inject that, causing explosions around the monster's location. Apparently they only show up in areas of deep oil silt though, to power those attacks. But I am thinking that we want to break the tail, the head and the back to really reduce its ability to use that power. From looking at it though, it does seem very poisonous, likely using its tongue, the forearms are very stabby, and the tail. Surely these will lead to nasty poison buildup, at least I imagine. Our next new monster comes in like a wrecking ball though. This is Ajarakan, and it's a fanged beast that comes in flying to have a turf war with Rompopolo. Its description is as follows: a fiery and agile fanged beast that can ignite the shell on its back through friction, taking the heat of battle to the next level. So yeah, the shell is probably going to be really hard to break. Maybe if you have something like blunt damage, you could get through it. But I do think there's a good chance that it's going to be just a bad place to attack. He does light himself up though, likely when enraging, and you can see how that shell basically becomes like a flame on his back. With his monkey-like design and ability though, Ajarakan climbs terrain, swings about, probably slams down on you, and with his fiery nature, they're going to be most active during the period of Fire Spring, which makes sense. Later in the trailer, we see multiple of them at once though, with one throwing a fiery rock it seems to have charged up. Unfortunately, we don't get to see much mechanics of it though, just that it seems pretty smart. Like in that turf war, it grabs the Rompopolo and squeezes it, releasing the built-up cloud within, kind of emptying the organs. This seems pretty intelligent. It's almost like it's disarming it. So I wonder what that might lead to. Finally though, we have our third big new monster, and that's the apex of this locale. We know that this is currently known as the Black Flame, which means it's just got a title right now rather than a real name, much like we had with Arkveld being known as the White Wraith for a while. But in any case, what is this thing? It looks like a giant fire octopus, and it is indeed currently unspecified. Story-wise, we seem to draw it out through using the tribe's Everforge to activate the fire spring, but that goes wrong and it overheats, and that draws more heat to the area. This also draws the attention of the Black Flame, the apex predator. This octopus then appears to be covered in oil, generating a ton of fire through its huge sac that rests behind its eyes. It opens holes on either side of its head, spewing oil out, then lighting that on fire for fire breath style attacks. Or like when it grabs you, it holds you in place to basically begin to burn you to a crisp. We can't really get a proper look at it here from just this footage, but it does appear to have 6 main tentacles with 3 on either side. Then it has the head with the huge blue eyes, the flopping 2 appendages that cover the huge maw below. There's a lot of popular comparisons right now between Yamasukami, a giant floating mountain of a monster that is actually an elder dragon, and another great comparison, the Nakakos. That one was a corpse dragon, but classified again as an elder dragon. With those being the best comparisons we have, people are wondering if this Black Flame could be the first official elder dragon of Wilds. It's certainly interesting that it's unnamed though. Since that made sense for the flagship and the main story, this being unnamed too means surely it's a bit more special than a normal monster. In its opening shot, you see that it's holding not one, but two Ajarakan held in those two tentacles. Now, outside of those three in Trailer 5, we also had the New York Comic Con panel. This is about all we have from that panel. Despite it being full, there was no live stream of that event, no reliable information or footage either. So we just have word of mouth from people at the event. That has caused a bit of drama because one person lied and then came out that they were lying. So what we do know is sparse. It was seemingly revealed that Rathian is coming to Wilds at this panel, which, to be fair, was fully expected since we already had Rathalos confirmed. They do go hand in hand, it's not a big surprise, but it's nice to have some kind of confirmation. But also at that panel, it was said that an elephant-esque monster sound was played, and so people started speculating that that could be Gammoth. It was later revealed that the guy who posted his list of panel information made that part up for fun. So I just want to acknowledge that while we're doing this video. I imagine people might have heard about this and thought it was real. That big issue with the panel is that, without any video or stream, we don't know what was really there. But while Rathian is very believable, Gammoth is a lot less so. And with the guy admitting to lying about that, it's a shame, but yeah, there it is. So that updates our new list for the large monsters. Let's quickly run down the list of already confirmed ones. From the recent Scarlet Forest update, we had two new additions. We had Yian Kutku, a whole pack or swarm of them. And then, of course, we had congalala, which was already kind of aware of confirmed from one of the weapon trailers. But it's nice to get a proper reveal and see him in the gameplay shown. Also shown in the Scarlet Forest update, though, were other monsters we already knew about. Duna with some proper gameplay, quematrice with some proper gameplay, and lala barina as well. The older confirmed stuff would be the flagship, the white wraith, that's arkveld, another unspecified monster right now, but we're just kind of calling it a chain wyvern for the moment. Then we have the classics of doshaguma, chatacabra, balahara, the apex predator of that region, Raidao, and the OG monster himself, Rathalos, that was shown in the first teaser trailer for the game as a whole. Lastly though, we should mention the seikret. After all, this is still a large monster, but it's just a friendly one that we use as a mount. Now the other monster still not revealed, but we do know about, comes from the Switch Axe weapon trailer. This yet unrevealed pinkish purple crab or maybe bug type of weapon shows something interesting. The armor set suggests something dignified, while the weapon itself looks much more brutal, like again the claws of a crab or an insect. We haven't quite seen something that fits that theme yet though, and I don't think this matches the Black Flame. So it's another unconfirmed monster that we know exists. So overall, that's 17 monsters if we do include the unrevealed Switch Axe one, but now let's talk small monsters. There were only two new ones revealed in Trailer 5. It happened at the same time too. We have these little purple lizards and this new raptor type. The poor little lizards are just kind of hanging out, they're off-coloured, probably because of all that oil they swim around in. But the raptors are really aggressive. They have these strange rock-like heads, maybe bone that's grown around them, and they use that to slam like a club onto the lizards. Both of these right now are still unnamed small monsters, so maybe we'll get some information about them in the coming days. Outside of that then, let's quickly run down the known list. From the Scarlet Forest gameplay, we had three. We had the Pirika. It was Joe Bustos, a community manager, that called out their name on a stream, saying he believes that they're called that, so it's not 100%, but he does confirm that they're small leviathans, and according to Joe, they swim in packs, and they swarm monsters that are hurt nearby, or you if you're hurt too, so whatever it is that's bleeding, they go for. Also confirmed in the Scarlet Forest gameplay were normal congas. We knew that from congalala, but it was nice to see them. And after that, we also had the classic gajau. When we see the hunter enter Area 17, they're in the water just out of bounds, swimming around. Beyond those, we had the bigger known list of small monsters. Let's blast through. There was ceratonoth and dalthodon. We had the baunos, the bullock chi, talioth, those new raptors, the gaijos, the crocodiles we're stealing teeth from, the thunder bugs that are going to work as a great shock trap, classic aptonoth and murnos, which we're seeing in the kind of base camp. There's the new wing drake that's in the Scarlet Forest, the blue one, and of course the new felines, the wudwuds. So a pretty decent list there too. In terms of theory, we still have other things. Small monster like Conchu, since they always tend to be tied to Yian Katku, since they're the kind of main prey. And there was that potential Yian Garuda reveal speculation. There's like a purplish monster or something in the back at the top when we had that Yian Cuckoo reveal, one that looked a bit different to the rest. Usually these two go hand in hand, they're very similar monsters, so it's a reasonable speculation, but far from confirmed. Other than that, we had these drawings. When they were playing in the Scarlet Forest, on the left, there were these interesting drawings. One looks like a giant snake wyvern wrapping around some sort of spike or something. So, you know, snake wyverns coming back with the really cool Leviathan skeleton, there's hope for that. And then there was this very interesting bird wyvern drawing that looks like, well, nothing we've seen so far. So there's certainly some speculation and potential there too. But that brings it to the end. That's our list of all the large and small monsters so far confirmed, and the couple that we might speculate about. The list is already looking really good, 3 locales revealed, I'm still expecting a 4th, and honestly, there's still potential for more monsters in the 3rd locale anyway. But let us know if you've spotted any that we've missed and not talked about. But for now, I've been Hollow, you've been you. Thanks for watching.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.